opportunity to partner up with National Car Rental, who wants to teach you how to go like a pro and be a healthy business traveler and just use up any and every opportunity you can do in order to do what I like to call sneaking in a little fitness wherever you can. You know, when people travel, getting in a little exercise usually winds up being the last thing on their minds, you know, but then you come home and you're all sore and you're stiff because you weren't taking care of yourself while you were taking care of business. And you know, it's often not for lack of trying though. If you wind up at a hotel that doesn't have equipment, then it's like you know, you look around, you can't find the stuff that you're used to using, and before you know it, you're like, well, forget it. You know, it happens to the best of us. It happens to me too. So I feel like that's where this series is going to come in for you. So you talked with Kelly last about sneaking in a little fitness at the airport, right? But what about when you're in line? What about, you know, in between meetings? That's where I come in. You know, you might not have the time to get in like a full-blown high-intensity interval training workout, and you know, that's fine. You don't necessarily have to be burning that oil in order to get in a good workout or further your fitness. You know, I think we discount the value and the need of flexibility and stretching. Stretching is a huge part of fitness. So making sure that, you know, when you don't have the resources, still get in some stretches. That's really important. You know, one key component of stretching is making sure that you are stretching your entire body. You know, you don't want some parts of your body to feel tight and the other parts loose. You know, if you're stretching your neck and you don't stretch your back properly, you know, that's going to make for a weird sleep that night. So, you know, you have to be careful, and that's why I'm hoping that the stretches that I have to share with you today are going to help you not get in that full body stretch. That way you feel nice and limber and you can do what you got to do, and you don't feel like you can't twist or turn your neck. That's a really weird, you don't want that. So arm stretches. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of arm stretches because you want to make sure that you're stretching your back and the back of your arm. You want to get that all the way across your chest the way that you need to in order to get all of that, get as much of that stretched out as you can. And you also want to take that arm above your head and behind your back so that you can make sure that you feel that all along the back of your arm and your tricep area. You also want to try to clasp your hands behind your back and bend forward. And that way, as you do that, you want to pull your hands forward, away from your behind, away from your hindquarters. Lift your hands up, or lower them essentially as you would, so that way your hands are coming more towards your head and that your arms are straight. That's going to stretch out your chest, it's going to stretch out your biceps, your forearms. It's even going to stretch out your neck muscles a bit. It's a really nice stretch. It gets everything in that upper body area. Leg stretches. Leg stretches are really easy. You want to bend forward, you want to touch your toes. You know, that gets your back, that gets your hamstrings, that gets all of that in there. It can get your neck. If you make your chin touch your chest, you can get all of that from your neck all the way back to your hamstrings, and it feels really good. And to get your quads in, all you got to do, balance on a velvet, what are those? Those velvet rope holders? Yeah, just balance on a velvet rope holder, grab your foot, and bring your heel up to your butt. Very simple, very easy. And make sure that you do that for both sides. You don't want to stretch out one leg and then the other one your quad's pulling and you feel all miserable. Make sure that you balance and make sure that you're stretching both for the same amount of time for any exercise that for any stretch that you're only pulling one part of your body at a time. You want to make sure that you have that balance. That is so, so important. You don't want one limber leg and the other one giving you grief. I promise. I do have to tell you though, if you were a member of the Emerald Club, you wouldn't need to worry about waiting in line. You skip that line, you walk right up to the front, boom, keys waiting for you, car waiting for you. Something to think about. And if you're looking for workouts that you can do, also a few quick tips on how to eat a little bit healthier while you're traveling, I got a blog post coming up just for you. You should look for that link. It's coming. Continue the conversation with myself and my fellow Go Like a Pro bloggers. Use the hashtag HealthyBizTravel on Twitter. And in a couple days, make sure you look for that blog post. And I'll make sure I have it linked here, somewhere in here. In the meantime, hit the subscribe box. Let me know in the comments below what you think, how you make sure that you get in fitness while you're traveling. And in the meantime, I'll see you soon. Smooches.